Hello guys, you are so welcome to this YouTube channel Farm for Profit Uganda, where farming meets excellence. If you're seeing me for the first time, I'm called Efrans. My returning viewers, I thank you so much. We are trying to explore how profitable farming is. With me here, you're going to see the incredible farmer as well as a teacher. But what he does, some days when he's not at school, he decided to begin a humble poultry farm. Behind me, this is his poultry farm, so he's going to take us through how he has made it this far to have such beautiful birds as you're going to be seeing them. See you there. So here we are with this gentleman. He's a teacher by profession, a secondary teacher by the way, but he decided to begin a side business of local poultry farm. He's going to tell us his journey. Let's get inspired by his words. Efrans Farm for Profit Uganda. Sir, kindly introduce yourself to our viewers.
My name, Lukomwa David, a teacher by profession, teaching secondary level. So, when I was still active teaching the whole week, I realized that it is not proper to have only one job in the head, which a person knows. So I decided to create this. So I decided to copy from other farmers who are already existing in the system. And the inspiration which I got is to carry out poultry farming, which is of local chicken, indigenous African chicken. So this farm of ours, we have just started it this year in January, and we are calling it Duru, Daulu farm, Duru African indigenous farm.
Wow.
So this is a small beginning of purely local indigenous African chicken, which we want to breed and add ourselves to other breeders who are already in the system, so that we bring up our indigenous seeds, our indigenous animals, our indigenous birds to life. Some people think that the chicken which come from abroad are the ones which make money and which look nice. But when you look at them, this is a side where I put my cocks, okay. And this is a side where we put our hens, the females.
Okay.
So we decided to separate them after realizing that so because the cocks eat so much and they have their special needs. The females have their special needs. So what we are doing, we are breeding this tiny farm, and our vision or our big intention is to make it much bigger, as you are seeing it. Soon, very soon, during this Easter, we are going to sell these cocks, and we bring others, because it is not proper for the sister birds to produce amongst themselves. So we are going to get new cocks, and we bring them to fertilize to mate these female ones, and we continue with our journey of breeding this indigenous African chicken.
Okay.
Yes.
Mr.
And we are not at a very big chunk of land. We are here, the way you are seeing here, we are with our neighbors at a shared plot, even a shared house. We are here at rentals, where we are four people, four families,
okay.
whereby we are sharing just one. But it is not true that to have something you construct, you establish, you must have a big chunk of land. So even where it is a very small piece of land, or where you are renting, or where you are sharing with other people, you can do something which is reasonable, and begin from there, and nurture and grow bigger.
Okay.
Yes.
Mr. David, how many cocks do you have here?
The cocks here, the sample which I bought, it was 60 60 chicks. So when they made 2.5 months, I separated 35 chicks, cocks, and 25 hens. So right now the cocks out of the 60, where I realized that it was 35 cocks and 25 hens.
Okay.
Yes.
How I find the feeding of these indigenous birds?
The feeding is not very different from those exotic ones. They also eat, and they drink. They need the water, plenty of water, and as you feed them, you realize that the feeding the feeding goes hand in hand with the growth. So it is not true that our indigenous African chicken do not grow the way people have been perceiving it. It is just the mindset which you have to change, and the way you care. These chicken, the local ones have to be vaccinated against the killer diseases. They have to be given in good food. They have to be given good water.
And
they have to be kept with good hygiene. The way you see, they are on a net, a wire mesh. The wire mesh, and below the wire mesh, below the wire mesh, there is this plywood where the droppings go, where we put the coffee husks for tapping the droppings. So indigenous breeds can also give us profits, as well, as long as you care about them properly, as long as you have good mindset. Yes.
Mr. David, what inspired you to begin this humble poultry farm?
So what inspired me was that I've told you, first of all, that I am a teacher by profession at secondary level. But what inspired me was that it is not good to have just one job in your entire life. So it is better to engage in other ventures which you can manage. For example, when I'm going to school in the morning, I wake up at around 5. I give them the water inside, give them the feeding. I leave everything when it is set. So I come back later in the evening at around 6 or even 7 or even 8 when my birds are okay. When my birds have taken the water, have been eating. So I found myself having only one job decided to get another venture which is totally different from the teaching. Yes.
How much are you expecting to sell these cocks?
These cocks, the size they are at, these cocks, they are now at 3 months and
Really?
2 weeks and 2 weeks.
3 months and 2 weeks.
And 2 weeks.
Okay.
So right now, a cock has to raise me 30,000.
Okay.
Yes.
This is very good and very profitable. So guys, this is such an inspirational business. Mr. Okomwa is renting, as you've heard from him, but he decided to begin this venture as a side business. He's renting, but he's doing poultry. See how the birds look like. By the way, the structure is too temporary. It is movable. Yeah, but the birds are doing very well. So this is where the droppings fall, as you can see. And when it comes to farming, this is so incredible. When it comes to fertilizers, guys, see the droppings. The coop is small, but it is accommodating such a big number, as you can see them. Let's embrace agriculture as a profitable venture. So guys, this is how creative Mr. Komwa is. He's weighing the hawk so that we can see the weight of his birds. This is so incredible. This is so inspiring. Farmers, let's learn a lesson from him. He has a weighing machine. Yes, sir.
So at 3 months
Okay.
and 2 weeks,
Okay.
this cock is 2 kilograms and 100 grams. 2 kilograms and 100 grams.
Okay.
So yet you have not put in a lot as people are expecting, that you have to first put in too much, that the local chicken don't grow, that the what. So even when you care them about them very well, they can even at 3 months you can even have 3 kilograms.
Okay.
Yes.
This is so good.
As long as you care about them properly. And
you began this, how long have you been in this venture?
Since January of this 2025.
Okay.
Yes, that's when we started this project. Yes.
And are you seeing yourself somewhere?
We are seeing ourselves somewhere, moving a positive journey, moving a good journey, where we are beginning to see this business profiting. That is it.
So when you sell off these cocks in this coming Easter season,
yes,
what are your future plans?
So my future plans is to use that money plus some other savings which we have put aside, to expand this humble farm, so that we add more skyscrapers, and we expand. As we expand, we are expecting to put even more security features. So for example, right now we are putting this digital camera, so that it helps us to track anybody who is walking around here, who is coming around this humble farm. So we are hoping to add more security features. For example, establishing a small cage for a dog, which does not loitering around the village, because the people who are thieves, they are very good at poisoning them. But when we have our dog here, plus the security camera, means we shall be tightening our security further and further.
Guys, if you're there and you feel like giving a hand to Mr. Komwadev, you're kindly welcome. He's a teacher by profession. He loves what he's doing. So you can give him a hand so that he can expand this humble poultry farm into a big venture. This is how people begin, because he has told us you began with how many birds?
With only 60.
With only 60 birds.
Yes.
And you have hope of expanding your farm.
We're expanding it. Even before this year ends, we shall have expanded it.
Okay.
When the next video comes, maybe in around August, we will be seeing quite a good difference,
What
which
are
is
the
of
major
positive.
challenges you're finding in this business?
Some of the challenges is dividing the time, dividing the time between the teaching and the rearing these birds. So, but since some days I dedicated them to this venture, I am now reducing or decreasing the challenges, because I am now learning from what is on the ground, and I'm now investing my time studying how this thing work, how this venture works.
Okay.
Yes.
What message do you give to your fellow teachers who only depend on teaching alone?
Not only teachers,
Yeah.
but also the medical workers, the border borders, the saloon owners and attendants, all of them. At least to have another venture which can stand in for you in times of turmoil. For example, maybe salary has delayed. You don't have anywhere to get. Maybe you have to just go for the loan, whereby the people who have money lenders have to hike the interest which they have to live against that money you are borrowing. So it is better to start small and have that vision of growing bigger and bigger. So what I am appealing to fellow Ugandans who have low status, who are still struggling, who are still struggling with only one job, to be creative. Where you are, you can get another venture, even if it is not poultry. I've seen quite a number of people venturing into urban cultivation, and they are earning a side income. So anywhere where you are creative, you can grow bigger and even earn a living outside outside the mainstream income.
Mr. Lukomo,
Yes, the
viewers may be there interested to give you a hand.
yes, please.
If someone is to give you a hand, in which area specifically, to increase on the number of birds, to help you in constructing a big house, and guys, my humble appeal to you towards Mr. Lukomwa David, we've seen him, he loves what he does. But look at the farm. This is the poultry farm. He's renting, but the landlord gave him permission to carry out this venture from this place. So if you're there and you can kindly give him a hand, you are most welcome. Let's join hands and help Mr. Lukomwa to build his dream, to make his dream come true by helping him to construct a better house than this.
Okay. Thank you, programmer. And I am thankful for that. That anything which makes me to push further at a faster speed, I really enjoy it, because I am also having such plans
Of
that
enlarging
this humble farm into a bigger model farm, whereby even other people can come and learn, and even keep this one as a historical beginning, so that even others who are not going to begin with a huge thing
can
begin with slowly, and can begin with what is little, but with a view of expanding further.
Okay, so guys, this is the manure that Mr. David collects from his humble farm. So he's going to tell us about this manure. Mr. Lukomwa?
So this manure, when we get it from, I told you that my humble farm consists of a mesh where the birds stand, and the chicken droppings pass through the mesh, go down to the plywood, which I designed properly to cover the whole bottom of the whole bottom, so that I first get the coffee hussks in order for the chicken droppings to fall on the coffee hussks, and the chicken droppings collect on the coffee hussks, which absorb the liquid content. By the time it becomes a bit liquid, I remove this plywood, remove the coffee hussks together with the chicken droppings, and I take them for drying, in order to serve as organic manure for the farmers who are nearby.
So guys, this marks the end of today's coverage. Thank you so much for watching. Mr. Kumar, kindly give us your contact.
So my contact is 0773
Slowly.
0773
Yes.
722 140.
Again.
Then 0773 722 140.
Okay.
Then another one, 0706 620 265.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, you've heard his inspiring story. If you're there, you're doing your professional job, which is very good, but he has said from his words, he's a teacher by profession, but he decided to begin this humble local poultry indigenous farm to add on his income, so that he can cater for other expenses. Before the salary comes in, he has somewhere to get the money. He's renting, but as well as carrying out this venture. Thank you so much for watching this video up to the end. Kindly share, like, drop something into the comment section. A lot more is still coming. See you another time. Bye bye.